Welcome, Marlboro. We're here at Marlboro Chats, and we're at our campaign headquarters for the re-election of DiNuzzo, Milman, and Stella. And we have the three candidates with us. We have Antoinette Tony DiNuzzo, we have Michael Milman, and we have Nick Stella. Lady and gentlemen, why do you want to be re-elected to Marlboro Town Council? Tony, would you like to start?
Well, John, we were elected in 2021. It hasn't even been a full 4 years since we've been in office. And during that time, we've learned a lot, we've done a lot, and we would really like to know from the voters that we deserve to be reelected. So we're asking for your vote on November 4th. We're asking for your vote so that we can continue the progress, so we can continue to keep Marlboro the bucolic oasis that it is. We can continue to maintain our AAA bond rating. We can continue to improve our recreational facilities. We can continue to make Marlboro the best place to live, work, and raise a family.
Councilman?
Well, let's start from the beginning. When I first got involved, the reason I even got involved is because I had an issue, and when I addressed it on a Marlboro group page on Facebook, someone said, well, if you want to see change, you should run for public office. So that's exactly what I did. And on the campaign trail, we've heard many issues from the people, and one of them were the roads. Some were concerned about public safety. Others mentioned the internet because it was like the time of COVID and a lot of people were home. So they had a problem with the internet. They really noticed. And there were, overdevelopment. Basically, to improve the town beyond mediocrity was basically our mission. And we won. Since then, the people have spoken. They wanted to see positive change. So we brought that change. And before we got in there, it was basically a one-party town, because we had, for about 12 years, if not more, we had 5 Democrat council members, we had 1 Democrat mayor. And I understand that the mayor does a great job, but I believe in a healthy checks and balance system in town. And it's, people are blown away, by the way, with how we're all working together extremely well. People are making comments that Washington should take notes from Marlboro. Even the credit agency was blown away with how well we work together, and that's because we put people above politics. So the reason why I want to run again, why I want to get reelected, is because besides being aggressive with the road improvement project, $35 million road improvement project, besides getting the administration to address the quality of the internet by hosting a digital town hall and holding Optimum Online accountable, where now they're basically installing fiber optic technology all over the town. And since then, the quality of the internet has improved, and then some. It's going to continue improving. We've added police to address public safety. If reelected, we want to do all of those things and then some. I want to get more aggressive with public roads. The road improvement project, I should say. There's no reason why we shouldn't use the AAA bond rating to our advantage to do that. We're one of 6 towns in the state of New Jersey that not only has the AAA bond rating, but our town is extremely fiscally responsible and we're extremely healthy. We want to add more police to address public safety. We want to continue. We've already enhanced our parks, but we want to do more.
Thank you, Mr. Milman. Nick Stella, same question.
Well, I'm running for township council because Marlboro is my home. Marlboro is the place I was born and raised. I went to all the public schools in Marlboro, and I love Marlboro. I've always been involved in public service here. I used to volunteer at the Champions Aftercare program for the elementary schools. I used to do that multiple days a week. I volunteered at our local parish, St. Gabriel's. I did a lot for the Catholic Youth Organization there. I helped during the fall and the summer CCD programs. And so I've always had a huge interest in public service. I founded the Marlboro Young Republicans last year, which have been doing tremendous things civically in terms of Marlboro, politics and elections. I'm very proud of that. And so this seems like a natural next step, and I'm very eager to continue on the previous 4 years of DiNuzzo and Milman's tremendous accomplishments in Marlboro.
Nick Stella, you're on the ticket now because you defeated Jeanette Kazi. But I understand Jeanette Kazi has endorsed this ticket. Why would he do that?
Well, it's true. I did beat Jeanette Kazi in the primary, but Mr. Kazi is a very respectable man, and he understands the value of unity. He understands the continuity of democracy. You know, we have a democratic republic in the United States, and part of that is having primary elections. So parties have to battle it out in the primary election, and it happened to be that my vision of Marlboro differed from his, and voters chose my vision. But as I said before, Mr. Kazi understands the value of unity. He understands the importance of having 3 Republicans on the council, having a checks and balance system in Marlboro. And so he's been very gracious in giving his full endorsement of our ticket. And subsequently, he's unified the party to a level that we've never seen before. And it's a very beautiful thing, and I'm tremendously excited about it.
Good. Councilwoman DiNuzzo, you have a healthy increase in taxes and things of that nature. Why is that?
Why is that? Well, we all know that everything in life gets more expensive. Nothing goes down. Nothing gets cheaper. Everything gets more expensive. But, believe it or not, we have been able to run this township on a mere 17 cents on every tax dollar. It's almost 18 cents on the dollar. And out of 18 cents of every tax dollar that you submit to Marlboro, we run this town.
So you're saying I contribute $1 in taxes and you only keep 17 cents to run Marlboro?
Almost 18 cents. And out of
Where does the rest of the money go?
The money goes not only to the township, but also the lion's share goes to education. Your Marlboro Board of Education, your Freehold Regional School District, and then another small amount goes to the county. So, unfortunately, everything is going up. The cost of schools go up, the cost of the county goes up, and every day-to-day thing goes up. So that's where we are. And I think we're very proud of the fact that we're able to run this town as well as we are on 18 cents on the dollar. We work very hard, very, very hard with our colleagues on the council and with the administration to keep things in Marlboro as beautiful as they are. To keep our police force up to speed, we add police personnel as much as we can, as often as we can. We add.
Well, that's very important because number one
is safety.
Is safety for your citizenry.
Is safety, yes. So we try to maintain safety above everything. We want to maintain good school system. We want to maintain beautiful activities for our residents and their children and grandchildren. And we want to make sure that Marlboro remains the bucolic oasis that it is.
Councilman Milman, I understand we have a triple bond rating here in Marlboro, and I think that's only 1 out of 6 municipalities in the state of New Jersey. Why is that important?
That's important for things like roads. First of all, we're only one of 6 towns in the entire state of New Jersey that maintain that AAA bond rating. And having that gives us the leverage of borrowing money at a lower rate so we can do different kinds of capital improvements like roads. And if reelected, we want to get even more aggressive with the roads. And there's no reason why we shouldn't leverage our AAA bond rating. And I want to add that the opposing platform, the 3 Democrats that are running against us, they've said that they should be elected so that Mayor Hornick can maintain the AAA bond rating because he needs like-minded individuals. But why I think that's interesting is because for the past 4 years, the Republicans have had the majority, and we maintained the AAA bond rating without any issue.
When we're elected, we're going to be a voice of all Marlboro residents. You know, we are the voice of the Marlboro voters, whereas our 3 Democratic opponents are Hornick's voice. They don't represent, they never had to go through a selection committee, a primary election. Their platform are things that the incumbents have already addressed. their entire campaign slogan, Marlboro First. What does that mean? That's a huge non sequitur. Are we not Marlboro First? I mean, are we going to put Manalapan first? What does it mean to be Marlboro First? It's a total disgrace. And so, we need to get elected because we cannot have three of these unqualified individuals running our town.
There are only 6 towns in this entire state that have a AAA bond rating, and we are so very proud of the fact that we have worked with our Democratic mayor, we have worked with our Democratic council colleagues, and maintained the AAA bond rating. It hasn't been easy, but we have had a healthy exchange of thoughts, ideas, and opinions. We come to a consensus, and we do whatever is the best in the interests of all of our constituents.
Nick, why is it important to elect DiNuzzo, Milman, and Stella for that two-party system?
Well, it's very important to have a two-party system, even at the municipal level, because it ensures that the two parties are accountable to each other. The individuals are accountable to each other. When we have a one-party system, even at the municipal level, it still does matter. It means that we can't have unilateral action through one party. Both Republicans and Democrats need a voice at every level of government, including in Marlboro's level and, of course, at the state and federal level. And so if, we aren't reelected, it's going to be a tremendous problem. Republicans won't have any outlet to voice their concerns at the municipal level. And oftentimes, it's the problems and the issues at the municipal level that matter the most in day-to-day life. And, that's a very, very valuable thing that we need to get reelected for.
Congestion. It seems to be everywhere. Every time we get on the roads, there's always congestion. But there's also something that's married to congestion, and that's COA, which forces us, as I understand it, to put affordable housing in. Councilwoman, you want to elaborate on what's going on here?
There are many reasons that are contributing to congestion on our roads. One of them is COA, the Council on Affordable Housing. Because of the Mount Laurel decision, we have to build or provide proof to the state that we have affordable housing. This means that in rounds 1, 2, and 3, the Township of Marlboro was mandated by the state to put in certain numbers of affordable housing. We are now in round 4, and I might add, we were not, the Republican team on the council at the moment was not in power during rounds 1, 2, and 3. These were decisions that were mandated by the courts because of the politicians in Trenton, and until Jack Ciattarelli takes over, drum thwacket in Trenton and becomes our new governor, we are going to see more of the same. We are currently in round 4, and hopefully we have made the wise decisions that will impact the township the least. And hopefully when Jack takes over the governorship, along with the Deputy Gannon, we will have changes in Trenton that will affect us here in Marlboro. And also, we have roads that need addressed by the county and the state. Marlboro does not control all of the roads. Many of our roads are state roads, many others are county roads. These are roads over which we have no control. All we can do is ask, beg, and plead for things to change and for things to be upgraded and improved. And we do that on a regular basis. We get reports from the county as to what projects they are looking at, and we have input into what we would like them to address. So we will continue to step that up, and we will continue to do our best in bringing the congestion down. But I'll tell you, the key is this election on November 4th. Township of Marlboro must elect DiNuzzo, Milman, and Stella. It's critically important. Please, we are asking for your support.
Councilman Milman, you alluded to the fact of a $35 million road improvement. That's because you were elected, checks and balances. But you also improved the communications here in Marlboro, including 911, which my understanding was terrible until you guys addressed it. Could you elaborate?
Well, from what we understood when it was presented to us is that the technology that we had was failing. And it was failing because I guess equipment just got older or whatever it was. So we had basically two options. I mean, we had kind of like three options, but two realistic options. And it was either keep the dispatchers in town and team up with the state, or go over to the county. And we wanted to be very fair. We wanted to do our research because we wanted to know what is right for Marlboro. At the same time, the people have really made it clear, and after much consideration, we elected to allow the dispatch to stay in town.
Your tagline says bringing common sense to government. What does that mean, Councilwoman?
Well, common sense means a two-party system. We want to be able to have a healthy exchange of ideas, thoughts, and opinions. And if you just have all one party on your town council and the same party in the mayor's seat, there's no exchange of ideas. So common sense to us means a two-party system. Common sense to us means that you hash out a variety of different ideas. You find common ground, you come to a consensus, and when you sit on the dais in front of the camera, you make healthy, wise, intelligent, professional decisions that will benefit everyone that lives in your community.
Nick, question. On your campaign literature, I see that you want to leverage artificial intelligence, AI, to improve public services. What does that mean? How can that help?
Sure. So artificial intelligence is the invention of the century. Everybody knows each century has a century-defining invention. Artificial intelligence will define the 21st century. We've seen just even in the past 3 years alone how much it's revolutionized the way we do things like clerical work, analyze data, organize different documents. You know, artificial intelligence can read a 150-page legal brief in 30 seconds. It can organize lists at rates that 100 humans can't do, 100 employees can't do. So it's really going to, it's going to make Marlboro 10 times, 100 times more efficient than it is right now. And, nothing's definite. We're going to investigate how we may be able to use it. We understand the risks associated with AI. But, we have to try everything to improve the lives and the, frankly, how we live in Marlboro.
Very good. I want to thank you three for taking the time out because I know the campaign trail and you've been very busy. Again, Marlboro, we ask for your vote for DiNuzzo, Milman, and Stella 2025. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.